Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Superman Lost #2 from DC Comics. This book is plotted by Christopher Priest and Carlo Pagulayan, with writing by Christopher Priest and pencils by Pagulayan, inks by Jason Pass, colors by Jeremy Cox, and letters by Willie Schubert. Book 2, Kansas. As Superman struggles to re-enter his life on Earth, we begin the story of his epic 20-year journey to come home, with an encounter with a space-faring scavengers who transport the Men of Steel to an unnamed Earth-like planet whose properties redefine the limits of his powers, while the world's ecological and political turmoil beckons for his help. This series just continues to turn out an interesting issue. I think that both Priest and Pagulayan are bringing just a really fun story to the Man of Steel, but also kind of framed by him trying to recover from everything that happened. So I think we have two really interesting, thread lines throughout this issue. First of all, how is Superman doing from after being back, and can him and Lois kind of bring things back to normal? How is Batman involved in all this, because he still feels like it's his responsibility to help him out. So we get to see all that, but we also finally get to see a little bit of his journey in space while he was lost, and then what that means, and why that cover in the beginning of the issue looks so cool. So let's take a look at some preview art, and I'll talk a little bit more about this issue as we go along. Christopher Priest does this bit a lot, where there's a little panel here that gives you a little bit of the story, like what's going on, or like maybe like a little subtitle, like a little timeline. I think it's very helpful. I also find it really interesting that Schubert has these little bits where we're whispering, because that's quite unusual. But of course, Superman with the super hearing, like how much can that help? And I think the team really focuses, like, there's so many little things that we see here, right? Lois has the music going to kind of drown out the conversation with Batman while she's really trying to figure all this stuff out. But overall, they're doing it because they care about Superman's well-being. And we'll talk a little bit more about this other panel. But yeah, all the coloring is pretty dark in tone and pretty somber. Here we can see that it's late at night. So yeah, Superman's definitely been put through the ringer, and I'm just really excited to see what's going on. I do want to talk a little bit about this panel, just because, first of all, the vantage point for this is amazing. Like, it's weird to see a shot like this. Like, I don't even know how you would plan this out. I think like I said, Pagulayan and Priest both kind of co-plotting this story allows them the flexibility to do stuff like this, which looks great, and then take it to the next level as we move forward. When we're finally back in space trying to figure out what really happened through all that time, we're introduced to these little scavengers, a very interesting looking bunch. I also love that the lettering changes for the aliens, and like I said, we get these little blocks of text that Priest is like, he really uses those a lot all throughout the story to kind of like give the reader a little bit more of the setting and what's going on. So I really enjoy this. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what's going on. Like I said, I don't think we've ever seen Superman as vulnerable as this, but I think it's going to be a fun ride to figure out why, and then, how he can move past it, because, he's the Man of Steel, so he can pretty much do anything. So very excited to see what's going on in the next issue. I've really enjoyed this first two issues. I think this is going to be a really fun series. Like I mentioned in my review for the first issue, very new reader friendly. Like, all you really need to know is who Superman is, and a little bit of that, because even his power set is changing, is being affected by everything that's going on. So really cool stuff all over the place. So as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.